her body, because she doesn't have 20 toes. She doesn't have 4 feet. You know, you get the idea. And she's not a boy and a girl at the same time. She has a boy in her uterus, and she's not man and woman. There's only 2 sexes. You can't be both at the same time, right? Does that kind of make sense?
I mean, like, some people kind of are. Like,
Well, there are occasional deformations that happen because of the fall, because of Adam and Eve sinned against God, right?
That's why it happened.
Caused the curse on. So that's why I have deformations. But you don't kill somebody because they're deformed, right? Right. In an abortion, people would say, oh, like here's a good example. Iceland, they have like almost 0%. What am I trying to say?
Other people die.
What's that?
Actually, people who are already born.
Oh yeah, murder's always wrong. Yeah, don't you agree?
Do you go out to colleges and advocate for those?
Oh yeah, well, all the time we advocate do not murder, because murder is a sin that will send you to hell. Do you agree?
No. Well, you're just like avoiding my question.
No. What do you mean specific?
I'm asking if you've gone to another college campus and have like I don't know, like talked about how people being murdered is wrong. Like I don't know, just from my own personal perspective, like I feel like abortion isn't as big as a problem as like like the millions of kids that die around the world every day.
Well, it's all a problem, but and yeah, it's terrible that children and old people are being murdered around. Like, and I haven't kept up with.
But we live in a world that's like off of relativity, and you have to choose the important things.
Yeah,
so
like
do you think that abortion is more important?
well, here's an example. It's called triage. So it would be wrong, I think, for me to ignore the babies being murdered in Oregon. It's legal to murder a baby up in Oregon, up to birth. Did you know that? If you don't believe me, look it up. So any reason you can murder a baby, that woman can be in labor, and the abortion assassin can reach in with their pliers things, and they can rip that head off, crush the skull, drain the brains out, rip off the limbs, the guts and all, put it on a table to make sure it's all safe, and they got all the parts so it's safe for the woman. And they can do that in Oregon legally, right?
Well, legally, you can also do assisted suicide.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, that we can murder old people too. There was a joke years ago before pumping gas was legal, and it said that the comedian said, "Oh, welcome to Oregon if you're coming from California or Nevada. Welcome to Oregon. You can murder babies and old people, but you can't pump your own gas." Funny, huh? Not so much. Now you can pump your own gas. Sure, yeah.
Do you, like, let's say a woman is literally going to die if she gives birth to a baby, like, would you want her to give birth to a baby?
It's very rare, and you should never go to an abortion assassin to murder a baby. You should always go to the hospital in an emergency, right? Hey, thanks for chatting. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, like, abortions happen in hospitals.
Well, yeah, there's all sorts of things. Murder happens in hospitals. We had a woman down south here where I'm from, Grants Pass. She murdered like 8 or 9 people by messing with their IV. And she was trying to sell drugs, and so she made a substitution that it murdered like 8 or 9 people. Horrible stuff.
I'm just curious, like, if a woman is gonna die, if she gives birth to a baby, right? Like, they know she's gonna die.
Well, they don't know. You're not God. Yeah, you're not God. They do the best, so they treat him.
Like, can tell because they have medical training as to how childbirth works.
Well, yeah, doctors do, but abortion assassins, they just know how to murder. Yeah, they don't have that. They don't have knowledge.
Like, are doctors, like, they have degrees?
No, they're not. Doctors say that, the Hippocratic Oath says to never do harm. So an abortion assassin is never a doctor because they always do harm. They always murder, right? Yeah, so it doesn't make sense to call them a doctor, even though they have a doctorate title.
It makes sense because it's like a literal degree.
No, it doesn't. It's a fake degree, is what it is. So
Fake by who?
Well, because they're murdering, right? Right? If you have we call that quackery. They're a quack because they're doing the wrong thing.
What if they're doing other things than just abortion?
Well, yeah, it's been said that Auschwitz had great chicken soup, right? You know what Auschwitz is?
Yeah, I know what Auschwitz
had great chicken soup. Yeah, so they're doing good things. They put people to work. They cleaned up all the scum, all the Jews around town. They rounded them up and took them out to concentration. They're doing some good stuff, right? Economy went great. They just did great. So they're doing good, huh? Right? Burn up those Jews, right?
I don't know if that's comparable literally at all.
Why is that?
Because like those people are like already conscious living beings.
Well, I had surgeries in 2020. I had my hips replaced, and I'm going to switch arms here so I can hear. Yeah, and so I wasn't conscious for about 2 hours. They did surgery on each hip and replaced it, and I had 2 surgeries. So I wasn't conscious. Would it be okay for you to come in and slit my throat while I'm there because you don't like me and I'm unconscious?
No, but the thing is you gave consent for that unconsciousness.
Well, yeah, but I didn't give consent to be murdered. The baby never gives consent. So where's the baby's choice? Right?
Oh, I'm aware. Yeah.
You have a question?
Long gone! Long gone!
I don't understand what you're saying. Long gone, is that what she said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, you got any questions? I'd love to talk to you. So, where are you going to go when you die? That's why we're here.
I believe that there's nothing after we die.
Oh, how do you know that? Have you been there?
I don't know that, but
okay.
I have not seen any proof as to anything other than what's on Earth being like real.
Well, where do you think Hitler is now?
He's probably decomposed in the ground.
Yeah, his body, yeah, of course, that's just science. Don't want to deny science. But where's his soul now?
I don't believe in souls.
Oh, okay. So are you a good person? Are you a good moral person?
I don't think there's good or bad people. I think people do things.
So, like, here's an example. Like, how many lies do you think you've told in your life?
Lies I've what?
Lies? Like untruths?
Oh my God, so many lies.
Okay. So, what do you call somebody who tells lies?
A liar?
Yeah. Have you ever used God's name in vain, do you think?
Yeah, I totally
You just did. I heard you, yeah. So that's called blasphemy. Have you ever stolen anything in your life before?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so you're a lying thief and a blasphemer.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at anybody with lust before?
Oh, totally, of course.
So, yes, according to Jesus, you would be an adulterer at heart, right?
I've also done really amazing things, too.
Yeah, and so one more question. Have you ever hated anybody before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you're a murderer at heart, right? So...
I don't know if a murderer would be considered hating people.
Well, that's what Jesus said.
Okay.
Yeah. So my source of truth is the Bible. So according to your own admission, I'm not judging you, but you're a lying thief, a blasphemer, and an adulterer, and a murderer at heart. So if God were to judge you based on just on those 5 commandments, not looking at the other 5, there are 10 cannons pointing right at you.
Yeah, of course.
And those have already discharged. The other 5 are waiting to shoot at you.
Yeah.
So would you be innocent or guilty?
I would be decomposing in the ground.
No, I mean I'm talking about legal guilt. Would you be innocent or guilty?
Well, I haven't committed any legal crimes.
Well, let me rephrase the question.
Okay.
You've broken God's law.
Yeah.
Like by lying, theft, blasphemy, adultery of the heart, and murder at the heart. So would you be guilty of those?
I would be guilty of them if I believed in this code of conduct being something that I'm held against.
I see. So if you were driving down University Avenue at 85 miles an hour, and you said you didn't see any signs, and then the campus police pulled you over, did you know you were going 85? You go, yeah, so what? There were no signs. You didn't see the signs back there? No, I didn't see any signs.
I see what you're saying.
Are you innocent then?
I'm not innocent. I understand the analogy you're making. The difference with that, in my opinion, is that I can be put to jail. I can get a ticket. I won't know of anything, like if I'm doing things that Jesus thinks is bad, right? But aren't illegal, right? I'm, lying, adultering, whatever. I don't know of any punishments until I die, right? So right now, I'm chilling because
it's ignorance of the law is what it is. Just like in the case of the ticket. Oh, I didn't see any sign, officer. And maybe you truly didn't. But the Bible said God has ignored times of ignorance, but now He calls every man to repent, right? Yeah, you got it?
The thing is if I speed, I will get a ticket.
Yeah.
There are immediate consequences.
Yeah.
The consequences for all of the biblical illegal doings are not immediate. They're not and that will happen until I die.
For the most part. Now, like if you're involved in fornication and adultery and homosexuality, you could get AIDS and venereal disease, and you'd have more immediate consequences, physical ones, so you could die, go blind, all that stuff, suffer. But the biggest problem is not so much that, it's that you'll suffer eternally in hell.
Yes.
You know how to get out of that?
I also want to let you know that straight people get AIDS.
Well,
straight people get STDs. And probably more than gay people.
Yeah, right. And I don't know about that, but I do know that this is maybe not a consolation for you, but there'll be more heterosexuals in hell than there will be. Trans. Oh, thank you. Sorry, a little bit of wind there. But there'll be more heterosexuals in hell than there will be trans, homo, lesbian, all that stuff, because there's just more of them. Fornicators and adulterers, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and liars and thieves.